tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And today, thanks to the folks at Sideshow Collectibles, we're going to be taking a look and giving away one of their Sideshow exclusive 1/6 scale comic Jokers. That's right, you heard me. I'm going to be giving one of these away to one random winner picked out of all qualifying entries. And all you have to do to enter is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to my secret page over on Sideshow Collectibles, where all you have to do is put your email address in. That's it. No question, no following, no liking, no subscribing. Just put your email address in, and you're automatically entered in the contest to get one of these for free. Now, the contest is going to run from today, September 13th, 2013, all the way to October 15th, 2013. You have to be 18 or older, but if you're not, go ahead and have your parents sign in and do it for you. Now, this is a free contest. Shipping will be included anywhere in the United States, and I had to pull a lot of strings to get international people entered into this as well. Originally, this was just going to be a contest for US-based viewers. The catch, however, is that international viewers will be responsible for their shipping and import fees through customs. I can't pay for all that stuff. But what Sideshow Collectibles has agreed to do is give a much discounted rate on the shipping of it. That, unfortunately, is the best that I could do. Now, there are some limitations in where they will ship to, but all of that information will be on that secret page over at Sideshow Collectibles. So please read through all those terms of service things. I know it's not fun, but I would hate for anybody to be disqualified because they didn't read that. As I said, all you have to do is enter in that email address and one random winner will be picked. Again, you have to be 18 or older, so if you're not, get your parents to help you out. And the contest runs from today, September 13th, 2013, to October 15th, 2013. And you have to have your entries in before midnight Pacific time. Now, all that being said, what are you gonna get? Well, this is it. As you can see, awesome looking packaging with the Joker on here. Nice image with ha 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 ha. I mean, it's typical kind of the Joker. Come around here to the side and it says the Joker. You got nothing there, you got the Joker there, you got nothing there. You come around to the back and you get an absolute wicked image. Now, the Sideshow Collectible exclusive version, if you order it from them directly, will come with a couple extra accessories. We'll touch on that here in just a little bit, but you can see that's just absolutely wicked and very comic book-like. Now, it is a bit of a shoebox. So when you slide it up just like so, come around here, you got the image right there again, and then you have again that really cool image of the Joker. That really does remind me of the Killing Joke. And it seems like a lot of the accessories that are thrown in here kind of harken towards different sort of comic appearances of the Joker. The other one that you're seeing right up here comes from The Laughing Fish, which was another wonderful comic series, honestly, in which the Joker tried to get a patent on fish that had his likeness. It's really insane, but absolutely gorgeous. And then you slide this out, got nothing on the back, but you got the clamshell package where the Joker would be, but it's not there because I have to save that for you. And then you open this, you just slide this out, and all the extra accessories are here in the back. You get a long trench coat, and then you can see all the various accessories. You get the hands, because this is the Sideshow exclusive. You do get 2 laughing fish and a whole bunch of other items, but we'll get all to that in just a second. Just put that right back there. That's it for the packaging. Something that honestly, in my opinion, rivals anything that we get from Hot Toys. It really, really does look good. So let's waste no more time, guys, and let's get the Joker out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have the Joker opened up and out of its packaging. And I gotta say that for Sideshow Collectibles' first DC figure, I really think that they did a pretty good job with this. Now, it's not a perfect figure, but I really think they do a wonderful job of giving us that absolutely evil, sinister looking Joker from the comic books. Now, he does come with a lot of accessories that you would expect from an adult collectible such as this. Starting things off first, he does come with a whole slew of different hands. As you can see, he comes with 5 additional right-handed hands and 3 additional left hands. In addition to that, he does come with the ones that are actually on the figure. And all of them are kind of designed for something a little bit different. You got this one, which is kind of a just generic kind of grip-looking thing. You could probably use that to have him hold one of his laughing fish if you so desire, something along that nature. You also do get just a regular fist, as well as a more traditional kind of trigger. You could also probably use it for this, just to kind of make it look like he's going to use that, because that's what he was using these for. Or you could probably use it here with the actual gun. Put that in there. It is a little bit of a struggle, though, to get the actual trigger into, or the trigger finger into the trigger area. As you can see, it kind of sticks out a little bit, but to me it's not all that bad. It's pretty cool, and I actually like the way that the sculpt looks. I love how his little pinky sticks out like that. I mean, that's really kind of neat. Then coming to his right hand, you got one with just an extended hand shaking look with the buzzer on there. Very nice. You got another one here that looks more designed to kind of hold the dynamite, something of that nature. You have another one that is in the shape of the original trigger hand on the opposite side. That's basically the exact same hand, just reversed. Then you got another one that's a little bit more closed of a hand, and that's probably a good hand to use with his you get a little lighter, and again, we'll highlight all this stuff. You can just set that right in there, have him hold that, then setting that off to the side, and then the last one is again just a regular fisted hand. Coming up to the figure itself, you see that, get this out of there, that he does have this, collapse that all the way in. He does have that kind of look, which probably is another good hand if you wanted to use him to hold the various cards that he comes with, but we'll highlight that here in a second. And then you got another one here. I just love the way that this one looks. Again, you could probably use this to have him hold the dynamite, and in fact you can. I just like sticking that in his little pocket there as if he's just kind of hanging out. I think that's a really kind of funny look or so, for especially for the Joker, because to me that's a very flamboyant kind of thing. You can see he comes with a really nice cane that when you zoom in here, and that's absolutely awesome detail, very creepy skull on there with this kind of clown helmet or hat on there. Very, very nice. I really do dig that. And then it's just a solid black all the way through, and then you got the gold tip right there. So really nice on that as well. One thing I would have maybe liked to have seen is if they put like a little red paint inside there, almost as if they were glowing red eyes or something. But in general, I think that's a really nice cane for the Joker to have. He does come with some dynamite. As you can see, they are all molded together in this really nice piece with this kind of tape wrapped around it. You got the wick right here. This is a very stiff piece. I probably would have liked this if this was more of a string that you can actually have flopping around, but this is very rigid. It's not flexible at all, and I don't want to move it around to show you that, but that might actually break it, so I definitely don't want to do that. But I do really like the way that it looks. I just wish that was maybe a more flexible sort of material to give a little bit more realism to it, I guess, but still nice nonetheless. He does come with a very nice silver gun that you can rotate that section down, and you can remove that if you so desire. And getting it back in there is kind of a pain in the butt, but you have that piece right there. And he also does come with the very iconic bang sign, which just slides right in just like so. And this is a very nice material, very soft and thin cloth that I really do appreciate that. But that's really cool. I absolutely love that. That's the Joker all the way. So very iconic. The paint on here doesn't really give a very realistic look. I probably would have preferred this to be maybe black, and I don't get what this is for. I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure it serves a purpose. I just don't know it. But the paint on here doesn't give a very realistic kind of gun look, I don't think. It has some weathering on it, but it just comes across almost as dirty looking, I guess. But I still do appreciate it, and I especially love this bang. That's really cool. As I showed, he does come with a nice lighter with a very cool Joker image right there. I love the flame detail on here. Very nicely painted. Very, very cool look. I really do dig this. A very small piece, but goes very nicely with this. I mean, you can have one hand holding this and one hand holding this as if he's about to light that. I mean, I think that's really a cool touch. He also does come with a razor, that very nice silver as well, and then you can see it just flips out. Now this really reminds me more of something that he used in The Killing Joke. It's just a simple razor, but that's where I kind of get a feel for this, and I really do dig it. Especially when you take it and you incorporate it with this extra hand. I mean, I just think that looks really cool. I really do like that.
And like I said, for me, I get more of a Killing Joke reference with this. I don't know if that's initially what it's intended for. I mean, I'm fairly certain that the Joker would have used razors all the time. So that's just me, I guess. But very cool here as well. And just come with 4 cardboard kind of playing cards with the Joker on. They're all different designs. You got that nice look right there. Flip around the back, and then you do have the back section for it. You got another Joker right there, which is kind of strange. Different backing as well. They're different cards, so they're going to have different backings. And there's that. Different back. And then a little bit more of an iconic Joker look with a green back. So really cool that they include 4 different ones. Like I said, they are made out of cardboard, so they're a little bit thicker. You're not going to be too concerned with tearing them or maybe necessarily bending them, but really cool there. I really like that. For some reason, he comes with an extra neck peg. I don't necessarily know why. I mean, these are very heavy duty. And as you can see with all the hands, they do all come with individual pegs. That's one thing that I absolutely love on Sideshow figures. That's a huge improvement over Hot Toys, and I really think that Hot Toys could learn from Sideshow in this. I really love that. I don't necessarily know why he comes with an extra neck peg, because as I said, it's very thick. So I don't feel like this is going to break, but it's a nice touch that they included it just in case. It was a Sideshow exclusive. He also comes with 2 of the Laughing Fish guns. Like I said, he wanted to patent these, and the patent guy basically told him to get lost, to which the Joker kind of laughed and said something along the lines of Colonel Sanders being able to patent his chicken or something like that. But it's like, it has my likeness. I should be able to do that with these fish. I mean, but these are absolutely cool looking and very creepy. I mean, I love the paint detail on here. You can see absolute gorgeous look on here, and it very nicely recreates these. Now, that comic book was also recreated in the Batman animated series. It was one of the more popular episodes as well, but it followed a little bit different of a story, but very similar nonetheless. And I absolutely love these. I think that these are fantastic and wonderful touches to a very iconic, I think it was only like a 2-book arc or something, so it wasn't very long, but it was just really fun just nonetheless, and these are really cool to have. Now, he also does come with a trench coat and the stand, obviously. Now, this trench coat is a very thick material. That's one thing about these, or the clothing on this. It's very thick and doesn't necessarily feel very realistic, I don't think. It gives too thick of a feel. It's like this is as thick as it should be if we were wearing it or something like that. But, well, no, maybe it's not that thick, obviously. But you do have that nice pleated kind of thing going on here where that's folded in and you got the split down the back. I mean, I really do like the way that it looks. I just, like I said, I think it's a little bit too thick of a material, I think. And it kind of gives it a weird look on the Joker figure itself. And we'll touch on that here in a little bit. But then he also does come with an adjustable cradle with the display stand that says ha 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 ha. And you can see that slides down very similar to Hot Toys, and you can extend that all the way up. And if you wanted to, that just pegs in there. So putting that in there, setting that down. And one of the best accessories that this guy comes with is an alternate head. Now, this head is, oh my God. Now, this face sculpt, as well as the one that's actually on the figure right now, is absolutely unbelievable. Now, the hat is molded on there, but it's Joker with a fedora, so how cool. You can see absolute gorgeous paint job on here, all hand painted and beautifully sculpted. I mean, it's a little bit harder to tell, but he does have a very white face with a lot of red bits thrown in there just to kind of, I don't know, give some color to it. So, I mean, really very cool, but the mouth is just amazing, and that looks, he's looking right at you there, and that's so cool, so wickedly cool. The mouth is just amazingly detailed. The lines, I'm just saying the same stuff over and over again because I'm just absolutely amazed. It really does look good. Even the hair looks fantastic. So very creepy. And like I said, that is evil looking. And now we come to the Joker figure himself, which, as you can see, does have that other awesome sculpted head. Now, one thing that I actually found out was, if you're familiar with this toy, the face sculpt was actually done by the same person, Paul Harding. I mentioned that, I believe, in my review for this guy, and I'm very happy to see that, and kind of surprised to see that he was used again to do another Joker. But I think it's absolutely terrific looking. That sculpt is amazing. Zooming in nice and close so that you can see that. I mean, again, a wonderful representation of the Joker. It's so wicked and very evil. And Paul Harding really did a wonderful job of capturing that likeness. I mean, everything on this, from the little wrinkles in his face to the gums in his mouth, all wonderfully done. I mean, you can see that he does have that red tint as well, much like the original face, or the one with the hat, but absolutely gorgeous. And the hair comes in very nicely. You got the black and the green bits. I mean, it's just an absolute wonderful sculpt and so wickedly creepy. Now, staying zoomed in here, you can see that I do have his trench coat on. This is a little bit trickier to do. As I mentioned, the clothing, at least with the under jacket here, is a little bit thicker than I would like it to actually be, especially with this vest here. I mean, this is, you can see, a very thick material. An actual suit, it wouldn't be this thick as far as I know. I really would have preferred it if they used like a polyester kind of sort of thing to make it a very thin fabric and make it a little bit easier to get the trench coat to fit over. As you can see, it kind of, you might not be able to see it, but you can feel it, that it sort of bunches up here in the shoulder when you're trying to slip this jacket over him. I think it looks really good with this jacket on him, probably a little bit better than when he's not wearing the jacket. But I don't particularly care for the fabric that was used on here. It just, I don't know, for me, and I know this is going to sound really weird, but the only way I can really articulate it is I get a very, like, doll clothing feel for this, as opposed to something that would be real clothing. I hope that makes sense. That's the best way that I can put it. But you can see that he's got his nice trench coat. You got the other jacket underneath here. You got a very nice flower right there. This vest is attached. You can't remove that. But if I take the trench coat off, you can actually remove his, well, I don't even know what you call these, the penguin suit kind of thing. But you can see it's a very silky material on the inside here. I wish that was done on the entire thing. And then you come down to the pants. And again, terrific detail in them, but they almost feel like pajama pants to me. They don't feel like real pants. Now, the look is still outstanding. It's just that, like I said, the material really kind of throws me off. And then you come around here, you got the little white bits that come down for his dress shoes. So really nice detail, but I just wish that the material used was a little bit more real clothing sort of material. And removing the jacket, the best way to do it, honestly, is to take the actual hands off of them just so it can slip through there easier, and then just pull this down. And we're going to, but you can see how it like gets bunched up from sliding his arm through the sleeve. So, and like right up in there, and then you could see it pulling up there. Now, the other problem that people have, no, he doesn't have any hands. Let me put some hands back on the guy before I continue talking, because that would look weird if I did the rest of the review with the Joker with no hands. So there, get those in there, and they peg in there very nicely. I like the hands. The other problem that people have talked about is the tie on it. You can fiddle with it and retie it to get it to look a little bit better, but also these, I forgot what they're actually called on a suit, but they kind of stick out. It would look nicer if they were ironed down. And again, I think if it was a thinner material, it would probably lay flat a little bit better. And it just, the clothing is just probably my biggest nitpick on this. I feel it could have been done a little bit better. And in fact, a lot of the promotional pictures that we saw, you could see that, like, for example, his vest was a thinner looking material in those pictures. I think a lot of the value for this comes in the fact that you're getting a terrifically sculpted looking head, as well as a lot of really good accessories. And I really do enjoy it. Now, he also has a lot of articulation. The head here is on a very long neck, and I kind of dig it. People were kind of complaining about the neck and how he looks a little bit too thin there. I kind of dig it. For me, I like the scrawny, very lanky look for Joker. In terms of a comic book representation, that's really the best representation of him, and it suits that character, and I think that this figure suits that character as well. But you got a nice ball joint here at the actual head. The neck does move forward and back. It also moves left and right, so you can get some really crazy poses with the neck. I mean, I really do dig that. I like that a lot. The shoulders move in and out. They also rotate 360 degrees. Do they rotate here? They kind of pivot here at the actual shoulder as well a little bit. There's two joints here at the elbow. He rotates at the elbow. The wrists here are on those little pegs, so those do rotate all the way around, and then they move forward and back. Nice range of motion there. Getting this out of the way, does he have an ab crunch? He kind of feels like he pivots here at the hip more than necessarily having an ab crunch, but well, yeah, he kind of does. You can kind of feel it underneath there. The hips move forward and back, in and out. They also rotate. Now, this is another thing that I think that they really improve in. I don't like the knees on here. And to articulate that, I'm going to pull his pants down. It's easier than actually lifting them all the way up. If I can get him to pull down. And yes, I am undressing the Joker, but that's what you see going on underneath him. I don't understand these joints very well. For example, when I look in here, and I know it's really hard to see because it's white, but it looks like there's a peg right there that's also supposed to move to give him a double jointed knee, but it doesn't move at all, and I don't want to overdo it and break it. But to get him to stand, you have to, I mean, and I don't know, it's the description is rubbery joints, and I don't like how that looks. It bends backward. It doesn't give a realistic look at all to the knee. But the knees, it feels as if when I'm gonna, I mean, they flex back, but honestly, when I do it, I get the feeling that they're gonna snap. I mean, you can see there's a little push, and then the bolt or the ratchet joint kind of catches in. I don't particularly like this design, and it's the same on this leg as well. It feels as if you're flexing the plastic before it actually catches and bends. So that does kind of bug me, and I'm not a big fan of the way that looks. It's kind of strange, and I like I said, I don't know if it's actually supposed to bend here at this top section here. It looks like it does, but I can't get it to do anything, so I don't know if that's just stuck or what. But that's, in terms of the design on this, probably the part that I think is the weakest. Now, honestly, how many of you people are going to be actually displaying your Joker with his pants down? So, I mean, I don't really care how it looks underneath there. It really doesn't bug me too terribly much. It's just, like I said, that knee joint doesn't, it's a very rubbery feeling knee joint, I guess. I think that's the term that a lot of people are using to describe it, and it does kind of feel like that. Like I said, when you're trying to bend it, it feels like that knee joint is kind of forcing itself into a position, and then you feel the actual ratchet joint of the knee catch on. So that's one thing that I do really wish was different on this figure. Everything else is fine. Like the elbows don't do that. I mean, there's the double elbow joint there, so I don't quite understand why that's going like that with the knee. Hopefully it is only on mine. Like I said, maybe the top part of that knee is supposed to actually bend, but mine doesn't. But you can see he's got some really cool, very Joker-like socks that I keep pulling up in because I mess with his pants. Now all of his clothing is oddly positioned. One thing that I also do have a problem with on mine, and again, I'm sure that it's just on mine. Well, hopefully it's just on mine. The ankles are very weak, and get that rotated around. You can see they're very loose. So standing them is a tough thing because he always wants to bend at the ankles. So, I mean, you can get him to stand. Look, I'm doing it right now. I mean, there's no problem. And he comes with the stand, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do wish that was a little bit tighter of a joint, just because it's kind of flimsy, and it just doesn't really allow you to easily get him to stand unless you really balance him, and boom, there you go. But more than anything, that's just a minor inconvenience, because like I said, you do have the display stand where you can put him right inside there. You lift this to get up into position, you drop the figure, and you just get him to stand there, and he's perfectly fine just standing there with that adjustable cradle. So this is an instance where the stand really does help him actually stand nicely and securely.
Now, at $190, collectors, bottom line, are going to want to know if this figure is worth picking up. And in my honest opinion, I really do believe that it is. First off, the accessories are really nicely done, especially if you get it from Sideshow Collectibles. I just absolutely love these little fish guys. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. It's something very simple that just puts a smile on my face, and that's what the Joker wants to do. And the overall look of the figure itself is just outstanding. Paul Harding and the folks over at Sideshow Collectibles did a wonderful job of recreating a very sinister comic book look for this particular figure. Now, there is room for improvement. I really think that they can improve on the actual clothing and give us something that just feels more natural. But as I said, this is their first DC figure, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they'll do with other characters, especially Batman. To me, the $190 price point is about what is normal for these sorts of figures. Unfortunately, a lot of people are really kind of comparing these to Hot Toy figures, and while they're in the same kind of adult collectible market, we gotta look back to when Hot Toys was first doing their figures as well. They weren't all that great, and they were just as much. So I'm giving Sideshow a lot of leeway, I realize that, but I also really do think that there's a lot that they have to offer in terms of collectible figures. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they give us. The Joker here just looks terrific to me. The sculpting on both of these faces is outstanding. All the accessories look terrific. And I mean, come on, it's the Joker. Of all incarnations, the comic book version of Joker has been around the longest. So it's absolutely awesome to have a representation of that in my collection. Despite the few flaws that it has, I think it would be an outstanding addition to a lot of people's collections. So if you are interested in picking this guy up, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description. You go to Sideshow Collectibles where you can pick yours up today. And don't forget, starting today, going till October 15th, 2013, one of you lucky viewers will get a chance to win your very own Joker. Again, the link for that is down in the video description. It's super easy. You just put in your name, your email address, and that's it. And you're automatically entered. Again, you do have to be 18 or older to participate, but if you're not, have your parents do it for you. Shipping to somebody in the United States who wins this is free. International people are welcome to participate. And through a lot of effort on my part, I got Sideshow to heavily discount the shipping, but you will still be responsible for any import fees or anything like that. There's just unfortunately no way around that. I'm sorry guys, I tried. Like I said, the best I could do is get them to heavily discount the shipping just in general. And as I said, remember, it goes until October 15th, 2013 with a deadline of midnight Pacific time. So get your entries in, and good luck to everybody who enters. But beyond that, that's about it, guys. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews, all at facebook.com/TeamBotimus. And follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Optibotimus. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.